This is a public service message by the Ohio Department of Higher Education, the Ohio Cyber Range Institute, and the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence.
If history has any lessons for cybersecurity experts, it's that people who try to scam people out of the money have no end of imagination. Even when there isn't something dominating the headlines to draw on for ideas, other scams continue as well. Here are two examples. First, consider this message in light of a pandemic or other ongoing crisis. In spring of 2020, it was COVID-19. It looks kind of scary. It seems legitimate. And it appears as if you should be doing something right now, or unspecified bad things could happen. What would your reaction be? Next, let's look at one that is simply trying to entice you with the chance of winning a prize. Who wouldn't want that? The message has a nice thing to be gained. It appears to be legitimate from the State Lottery Commission, and you need, again, to be doing something right now or risk missing out. There are many other variations on the theme, but you get the point. If you get one of these messages, you have been targeted by a phish, which is a type of message designed to get you to take some action that may cause you or your organization harm. For example, clicking on a link that turns out to download malware on your computer, or giving up information about yourself to a criminal. Cyber phishing threats are indeed real. We don't want you to be oblivious to them. However, we also don't want you to be so spooked that you think there's nothing to be done. There's a happy medium here to be found. At the University of Dayton, we've started studying the notion of cyber mindfulness, which partly involves taking a beat and thinking things through before acting. Armed with some knowledge, and taking a pause before acting could be the difference between a near miss and being phished. How can this help? Let's look at a phish for some ideas. While there can be subtle differences between them, phishing messages generally have three elements, designed to get you to stop thinking about what you're being asked to do and just do it. First, phish pretend to be from somebody legitimate who should be listened to, say your local hospital or a state lottery commission. Second, they evoke something that is designed to get your attention. In our first example, it was a fear appeal using COVID-19. In our other one, it was something that makes you think you've won a prize, say from the State Lottery Commission. Third, the messages encourage you to act quickly to avoid the bad thing or avoid missing out on the prize. When confronted with this message, maybe the thing to do is slow down just for a second. It sounds simple, and it is. But those who are trying to get you to take the bait are pretty smart and find pretty good hooks. By slowing down, you can analyze the message and maybe think through what it means. Does it really look like it's from the hospital or the State Lottery Commission? In our examples, the email addresses look kind of curious, designed to look like a legitimate email address, but only if you don't look too closely. In this one, while COVID-19 is scary, do hospitals really want you to rush right down for a checkup? In the other example, would your lottery commission really send an email? Did you ever give them your email? Come to think of it, did you even buy a ticket? Why not take some time and check stuff out? For example, if you don't know how email addresses are constructed, how about contacting your IT shop at work, or your geeky friend who set up the Wi-Fi in your house in exchange for a beer? If it's a lottery prize, why not reach out to the commission to find out? Finally, do you really need to act right now, or would a few minutes spent thinking it over be such a big deal? While cyber criminals are refining their phishing messages all the time, the old adage about something being too good to be true goes a long way. With a little bit of knowledge, and by taking the time to think things over, being cyber mindful, you can protect yourself from a lot of bad actors out there.
A public service message from the Ohio Department of Higher Education, the Ohio Cyber Range Institute, and the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence.